Well, here we go. My opening statement is really good to see you guys. I'm excited for spring, and I envy you guys' job because you guys have been busy this off season. So you guys can fire away at any questions that you may have. Happy Friday to you.
Friday, nice to see you, Coach. Heading into the spring, I think we know what the top of the depth chart looks like with Weman and King up there. So here's a loaded question for you: who could be this year's King Miller?
I think either one of those remaining three. Really, I think Riley Wormley has shown a little bit in the last game of the season against UCLA, and his contribution in a bowl game against TCU have shown that he's kind of ready to take on that role. But you bring in two very talented freshmen with Sean Austin as well as the Sean Rideau as well. So it'll be an interesting spring for all five of those guys in the room. I think competition will bring out the best in each of them. So I'm excited to get to work with them.
You signed two of the most talented running backs in the country, and Sean and Deshaun. And can you just talk a little bit about each of their games and what they'll add to your offense and the running game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of those guys are very similar, but they're yet very, very different. I think both of those guys were extremely useful for their high schools. You know, with Sean being from up north a little bit. So Sean is a bigger back. He's a more powerful back, right? And you see that in his off-season workout and his training. It was cold outside today, and he didn't even blink. And I got 3 or 4 layers on, and he out there in just shorts and T-shirts. So I guess that's what you get from coming from Ohio. And then Deshaun is kind of a jack of all trades, right? You look at him, you look at his body type. He's also a thicker kid as well. Is very, very fast in the open field. So we are really excited about him and his potential as well.
How are these guys as pass catchers and blockers? That'll be my follow-up.
Yeah, pretty good. I think Deshaun Rideau can really do it all, right? You can line him up in the backfield. Obviously, that's what he did primarily throughout his career in high school. But you can also flank him out wide as well. You can put him in the slide. You can put him in the outside receiver position. He will be very, very vital for us in the special teams game as well. And you look at his pass blocking for a smaller guy, he's really, really physical. I think he has a lit man syndrome, even though he's not a real lit man. But Sean Austin, like I said, is a really thick kid, really strong. For some strange reason, he just loves to lift weights. I don't know if he gets that from his dad or from his high school program, but he's one of the few guys who really love to go down there with Coach True in the weight room and just train and work hard and get as strong as he can. And I'm excited to see his pass blocking ability as well.
When it comes to King, obviously he surprised a lot of people last season. What do you feel like is the next progression for him? Like, what's that next step?
Hopefully we can get King 2.0, to be honest. I think King shocked a lot of people. I think it's two people that King really didn't shock. Number one was himself, and number two was, quite honestly, me. You know, this kid was a walk-on for us. Came in, did not say much, still doesn't say much to this very day, and just came in and he's just worked extremely hard at practice. So what the world's seen and what college football's seen in his breakout coming year, I think he is on pace to do that again, plus more. Obviously, transforming his body has been one of his top goals this offseason. Studying the game, becoming a more complete running back has also been one of the things that he and I have both been focusing on for him as well. So we're excited about King, and hopefully he can rip off a couple of more big runs for us.
Over here. Hi, Haley Sawyer, Orange County Register. I know Deshaun Rideau had a really good track and field career in high school. Is that something that you were looking at when you were recruiting him? And how do you see like a track background kind of translate to the college running back position?
Absolutely. Speed kills. Speed sells. Speeds win. Speed is speed. Speed is really, really good. And I think he was really, really good with the ball in his hands. He's really, really fast. So we were excited about that. And that's the first thing that kind of really just jumped out on tape when I was recruiting. Once I first took the job, he was the first 27 running back that I actually looked at. And I kind of just put the remote down and stopped right there. I said, hey, listen, this is our guy. He can run really fast, and we like guys that can run really fast around here.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, with both King and Weman returning, probably a good problem for you to have. But
it's a great problem.
Do you have two guys fighting for that spot? Is it going to be like
I could sleep a little bit better? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, don't worry. Do you think they serve?
I sleep really good too, by the way. But go ahead.
Sorry. Do you think they serve different roles for you, or is it, like, do you see them as like having different strengths? Like, is it going to be like a really tough battle for that? What are you seeing in
Yeah,
that?
I think the thing that they do really, really well is just serve the team to the best of their abilities, to be honest. I think those guys complement each other well. They're really best friends off the field, now that we lost Eli Sanders. Um, I think having that 1-2 punch with Weman and King kind of helped them out, so Weman won't have to carry the load by himself, and nor King won't have to carry the load by himself. And I know I mentioned Riley, Wormley, and Deshaun, as well as Deshaun as well. But I think those guys really just feed off each other. Right? I think they actually train together. They work out together. You see them hanging out outside of football together. So those guys have really taken the next step and just becoming great teammates, not just for the running back position room, but just for the entire football team as a whole.
My question is a simple question, but I asked Trojan the same thing. What went into your decision to come? Not that it was a big decision or you put a lot of thought into it, but what brought you back to USC for another season?
Yeah, it's USC. It's the relationships. It's the opportunity to keep making an impact in not only the running back room, but the offensive unit as a whole, as well as the entire football team. And it's that hunger and that thirst to go out there and to win a national championship. So back in my hometown of Memphis, I remember watching USC on TV when I was a little kid and seeing all the national championships that they had, right? Seeing all the All-Americans that they had. And I know Reggie Bush and I are probably about the same age, and obviously he was a lot better football player than I ever would be and ever was and ever dreamed of being. But just to see him run, to see Lindell White, to meet Marcus Allen, right? Back when I was at TCU, I got a chance to meet him with Thomas Lynn as well. So just to come back and understand that our job is not finished. We left a lot on the table, so we are hungry for more. We want to go out there and we want to compete for the Big Ten championship. We want to win the Big Ten championship. I think this fan base deserves it. I think this university deserves it, and this city deserves it as well.
When you reflect back on your time at USC, coming from Memphis and your previous stops, like what have you learned in the past few years as a coach? How have you gotten better?
Yeah, I mean, you coach some really talented players, which I've been blessed to do that my entire career. But you get a chance to work with some tremendous coaches. I think sometimes I have to pinch myself and realize that I get a chance to work with some of the best guys in the business, right? So you look at one of the best offensive play callers in all of football, not just college, but NFL, college, high school, wherever, and that's Lincoln Riley. And now we hired Gary Patterson, right? You think of one of the best defensive minds of all of college football. You get a chance to pick his brain and learn from him as well. And, of course, you want to steal some of his stuff so you can be productive against this spring and fall camp. But you get a chance to work with so many great guys. You get a chance to work with so many great student athletes. And throughout my career, whether it's been at the University of Memphis or at TCU, I worked with so many great head coaches, so many great assistant coaches, and so many great players, to be honest, right? So I've been very fortunate to be here, blessed to be here. Love the weather here, except for today. It's kind of cold outside. But other than that, it's been a dream come true, right? No, I never would imagine that a young kid from South Memphis, from the inner city of Memphis, would be standing in front of you guys today, coaching running backs here at the University of Southern California. So it's been awesome. It's been a great honor for me.
In Waymo's recovery process, what were kind of some of the stuff that you were what were some of the things that you were telling him in that to help him get back? Obviously, he missed a lot of the end of the season, and to help get him ready for now. Do you think he's a better version than what he was even potentially at the beginning of last season?
Yeah, well, it was pretty easy for him. Weman is a self-motivated young man, right? So, I mean, the day he got hurt against Michigan, that next Sunday he was right at meetings. He's right at team meetings. He's right at position meetings. He was helping the young guys along. He was King's extra coach on the sideline. He was there for not only him, but for all the other backs that we played as well. So Weman is really self-motivated, right? He never took a step back. I don't think he's missed a day of rehab, of training, of preparing himself to get back to where he was, and even to become to become a better version of himself as well. So I'm excited for him. Love him to death. I think he is one of the best football players in all of college football, really, and I think his road to recovery has just been what he is as a person. Has just been a hard-working young man since day one.
potentially have 2,000-yard rushers, on your
Don't
squad?
get me excited.
How do you keep both of those guys, I guess, grounded, so to speak?
Um, I'm gonna give you the political answer because what I tell them in our meeting room, I can't dare say in front of this podium right now. But we do have ways to keep them humble and grounded, and that's really just staying on them, just making sure that they are the best version of themselves every day. Nothing is ever good enough for me, and which I like the mindset that they have taken on too, is that nothing is ever good enough for them as well. So it's always something that you can do better at, right? So can we make this safety miss cleaner? Can we get to the end zone faster? Can we have our hands in great blocking position when it comes to pass blocking? Can we catch the ball better? Can we do more on special teams? Like, it's always something to challenge them for. I try to hide my happiness for them. Like when King scored a touchdown, I try to hide it because I don't want him to get too complacent. I don't think I can help it against the Michigan game because I was just so excited for him, so I kind of let it out then. But he comes back off the field, and him and Weman and whoever else come off the field from having a great play. I kind of just turn my back to let them know that there's still more to be done. So I guess that's a good answer without telling you what I really say to him in private.
Having, two talented running backs with Weman and King, how rare is that in college football nowadays? And how does that open up the playbook, too, in terms of, like, two-back sets? You also have Jaden who can run,
Yeah,
too.
I don't know about college football, but in my career, I've been extremely blessed. My very first year of coaching college football, I had a loaded room. I had 2,000-yard rushers. I had a Doak Walker Award finalist, a kid by the name of Darrell Henderson, who won the Super Bowl with the LA Rams a couple years ago. So he was my starter, and Patrick Taylor, who's with the San Francisco 49ers, he was my backup. He was a 1,000-yard rusher, but people often forget that Tony Pollard was kind of like my third guy. He was my Swiss Army knife, and that's Tony Pollard. Like, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL to this day, right? So I've been very fortunate and blessed, and had the kind of same deal at TCU with a kid named Kendra Miller and Amari DeMarcado, who's from LA, went to Downey High School. And now you kind of see the same thing now, right? So I think when you play at a place like USC, USC sells itself. You think about the academics, you think about the football prestige, you think about all the greats that played here. It's not really hard to find good running backs, and you have to hold them to a certain standard, and you have to coach them up as much as you can.